mic is not being detected. Yep, there we go. Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Cool. All right, should be live again. This is day 9 of the Advent of Code challenges. Yeah, I think. Oh, whoops, that's my login. Why do I have Stockfish Wikipedia open? Oh yeah. Never mind. Let's see. Advent of Code. Advent of Code 2021. Yeah. So this is the private leaderboard of my friend. Blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Anyway, we're live. I should probably just refresh the chat window. So yep, it's blank again. And we can get started with problem number 9, right? So, did have a great stream yesterday. It ended super, super late. Today's stream I've started kind of late because I had like a couple of personal things that I was attending to. Cousin of mine has currently visited home. So he's currently in Dubai with my parents. And so I was just having like a long video call where I was just catching up with him. So it's been a long time since I've spoken to him. So yeah. Anyway, so that's that. And yeah, so we've started the stream a little bit late. Hopefully it won't go on for 4 hours like the last stream, although that was really fun, but I don't think I should do a repeat performance of like going on till so late. Oh my freaking god, my work thing is open. Fuck, how do I close that? Yikes, give me one quick second. Shit. uh should I switch it to cam only for now? Okay, that's that. It's a horrible camera and I look even worse with it, but I should just probably close that window because that is my work window. I forgot to close that before I went live. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure that that never got recorded um on stream. So yeah. Anyway. Cool. Let's actually get started. I will play some music, and by music I really just mean generated noise. There we go. I do not know how loud that is on the stream. I think that's... What the hell is this sound? Is this white noise? Rain. Okay. Is that what rain sounds like? I have no idea what that sound is. It sounds like a... Caught you in 240p. Is it 240p for you? I hope not. It's supposed to be like 900p actually, because I kind of bumped it up. Holy shit, is the quality actually worse? Uh, I mean your camera. Oh, okay. Yeah. My camera is really bad. My camera is really bad. It's my webcam, dude. It's my laptop webcam. Okay, fuck. Okay, no. Because I actually bumped up the resolution this time. Because I've been through some of my VODs, and text honestly looks like shit. Like text looks really bad. I decided to bump it up slightly. So I am using a weird combination of like 836p or something like that. I don't fucking know what the resolution is at. So 864p, yeah. So it was one of the drop-down settings in OBS. I didn't find 900p. That's what I was going for initially, because 900p should be possible given 16:9, right? So 16:9 should be 1600 cross 900 exactly. 900p should be possible, but it wasn't. How's the text, by the way? Is the text like super readable, or is it just like really bad? I could probably just open the preview on readable. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good then. I think that's okay. This should be my Twitch. Yeah, I suppose that's where the player would be, but I probably shouldn't like open the player as a full screen on this, because then it kind of goes into an infinite loop sort of thing. Background noise is strange. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. Wait, let me just randomize the mix. Random. Yeah, this one should be nice. It's just fire and birds. Peace. Yeah, this sounds good. Yeah, I like this. I like this one. I like this one. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. I'm just like the way I'm generating these is I'm just clicking this random mix button. And I'm saving anything that sounds good. So this was the first one that I was using, which I found was pretty good. I think this one's nice as well. It's just very basic. I like it. So yeah, I like to randomize it from time to time because I kind of get bored. I usually listen to a lot of good music while I'm working, actual work. So I get kind of bored with the options that you get like on stream. I'm thinking of like I've been looking into sort of the option to split WARD music from stream music, so I can actually play some music on stream. Technically, that's not entirely legal. I am given to understand. I don't exactly know the copyright laws, to be honest, but yeah. But the thing is, like, I should at least be able to play like a selection of the music that I have. But the words will be blank. Basically, the words will have no music in the background, which I think like works because like if people want to listen to music while watching my VODs, if they want to do that for any reason, they can always play their own music, right? So it's kind of a win-win. You're not really locked into my choice of music, which kind of works. But yeah, on stream I can actually listen to whatever I want. So yeah, so I was thinking of that, like, but I kind of still need to figure out how to do it properly. So there are a few things I need to set up for that, which I haven't really. There's this procedurally generated gent which I actually wanted to see if I could use. Again, I'm not super sure because the guy who's made it has actually named the different tracks. So there are like tracks that are named, and he is selling this music on Bandcamp and Spotify. Um, so I don't know if it's like fine for me to use it, right? It's procedurally generated though. It means like it's not really been, played by a human. I don't know if this like I don't know how this counts for like copyright if it does, but yeah. But like I was listening and that kind of sounds like this, like, so yeah, so I was thinking of using something like this at some point, but I don't know if yeah, it's really good. I don't know if that's something which would be fine for me to use or not. Like, if I could get a link to the generator that this guy used, I think it would be fine. Um, which one is this? SoundCloud, motherfucking computer. Ooh, this sounds interesting. Um, I don't think I want to watch this on stream because again, like I could get DMCA'd. I'm not really sure about the copyrights on this one, but yeah, I will keep the link open. I will watch it post stream, or listen to it post stream. Mm, cookie settings. Uh, reject all cookies. Oh, okay. I see. It's like essentially okay. It has lyrics. Okay. It got played during Twitch install Arch. I have no idea what that is. What is that? Twitch installs Arch. Is that like whose stream was that? It's like Twitch plays Pokemon, but I see. This is a whole ass channel, huh? Arch has, yeah, I don't know. I know what Arch is, but I was like, the question I was asking was like, who streamed this? I didn't realize that this was like a specific like an event as such in and as of itself. I thought it was like some famous streamer sort of gave control to chat for installing Arch like via Twitch, like Twitch chat. Which yeah, it was an event. Okay, I wasn't aware that like Twitch does stuff like this. It's not surprising to me now that I know that this is what they do, but still, like I wasn't aware that this was something they did. I should probably update Kotlin sometime. IntelliJ has been begging me, please update Kotlin, please update Kotlin. So yeah, but anyway. All right. So day 9. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, these caves seem to be lava tubes. Parts are even volcanically active. Small hydrothermal vents release smoke into the caves that slowly settles like rain. If you can model how the smoke flows through the caves, you might be able to avoid it and be that much safer. The submarine generates a height map of the floor of nearby caves for you, your puzzle input. So it's a height map of the floor of the nearby caves. All right, cool. Um, Smoke flows to the lowest point of the area it's in. For example, so it's the local minimum, I'm assuming. For example, consider the following height map. So it kind of goes here because it's like 0, 1 to 1. So it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I get that. Enter each number corresponds to the height of a particular location, where 9 is the highest and 0 is the lowest a location can be. Your first goal is to find the low points, the locations that are lower than any of its adjacent locations. Most locations have 4 adjacent locations, up, down, left, and right. Oh, diagonal doesn't count. I see. I was counting this 2 as well, but diagonal doesn't count. It's only up, down, left, and right. All right, cool. On the edge and corner may have 3 or 2. Yeah, I get that. in the first example, in the above example, there are 4 low points, all highlighted. 2 are in the first row, 1 is in the third row, and 1 is in the bottom row. All the other locations on the height map have some lower adjacent location and so are not low points, all right? The risk level of a low point is 1 plus its height. In the above example, the risks of the low points are 2, 1, 6, and 6. The sum of the risk levels of all the low points is therefore 15. What is the sum of the risk levels of all the low points on your height map? Okay, cool. This is not a difficult question so far. It's not going to be anywhere near as frustrating. At least I don't think. I mean, I get it's a big intimidating problem set, but I don't think it'll be anywhere near as frustrating as the previous one. So I think that should be fine. Cool. Let's copy that, and we will paste this into day 9 on this. So right click, new file, day09.input. Now that I think of it, I don't know why I went with dot input as the input scheme. Like, sorry, the file format. Like, I just kind of wanted to make it clear that this wasn't like a raw text file or any, like, essentially, like, it wasn't a file that I was using as just a scratch file for documentation or anything, right? Or like an example or any such random stuff, just in case I wanted to put that in. So I just wanted to make it clear that that was what I was doing. But oh, I just swapped them around, didn't I? Fuck. Let's delete that. Let's put that. Unfortunately, Control X that, paste that here, copy that again, move that here. Yeah, okay, I nearly messed that up. That would have been a pain to debug later on. But okay, so we have the test input and we have the main input. Both of them are correct now. Now we kind of want to go into Kotlin, create a new class. Clipboard manager. So Windows has one inbuilt, right? But I haven't enabled it because I sometimes copy passwords into it. And the last thing I want to do is open this and display one of my passwords in here. Right. So I use a password manager. I use a password manager. I use Bitwarden. On some websites, Bitwarden doesn't, like, because of the website, not because of Bitwarden, but because of the website. In some cases, they don't let you like automatically fill the password via Bitwarden, so I have to copy paste it. So in those cases where I've passwords or one-time, OTPs, like one-time passwords or anything like that copied, I don't want it to be visible accidentally on stream, on screen share, or anything like that, right? So that's the reason why I have that disabled. I have it enabled at my work computer because in my work computer it's super super useful, and I don't care at my work computer. Like I'm not copying passwords there anywhere. So yeah, so I do have it enabled on my work computer. I don't have it on my personal. It's a conscious choice. So Windows has one inbuilt. That's a nice part. Like most people don't know this. It's Windows key plus V, like Control V for paste, Windows key plus V for opening the paste menu, where you can actually scroll through that. But you need to enable it because Windows is aware that this is a problem that people have. So you need to enable it consciously. It's not enabled by default. So I'm very happy that they went with that approach and not that it's enabled by default and then you have to click something to disable it, which is a far worse pattern as far as I'm concerned. So at least for something like this, right? So all right, let's create our variables anyway. Late init hello. Oh, I created a Java. Oh my god, I'm such a fucking. Oh my god, I created Java classes. Delete both, bruh. Dude, I just regressed. I went back to work mode. Fuck me. I didn't even notice that I created a Java class. There was public class. I should have seen that and immediately realized it was Java class. Fuck. Okay, thank God. Alright. So late init var solver, which is a day 09 in our case. Now, cool. Wow, tomorrow we'll be in the double digits. We've been doing this for like 9 days already. That is so cool. Did you read the chapter? No, not yet, man. I was on a long call with my cousin. So my cousin visited home. He's currently in Dubai, like with my parents. Like he's visited home because he's transiting via Dubai to go to Canada. So I was on a long call with him because it's been a long time. It's been a few years since we caught up. So I was talking to him for about for like an hour and a half. So yeah, I got off work. I started and then like my mom called me and I was like Karthik's here. I was like, oh cool, let me talk to him. It's been a long time, so yeah. Haven't yet read the chapter. That emoji is terrifying. I don't know why Google, like, why Gboard offers the ability to combine emoji as like a feature, like combine emoji into a sticker as a feature. Like, that is so horrible. Why on earth would they do that? Like, bro, that is fucking insane. Like, that's like, God, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like Gboard, the recommended keyboard for Android, like, has the ability for you to um kind of combine, like, you can create stickers. Gboard allows you to create stickers from emoji by combining emoji in weird ways. So what the fuck was that abomination? The one with the Cyclops eye, I don't know, like rolling over laughing. That one was crazy. That one was like some of the scariest shit I've ever seen. Like, I was like, why is this possible? Who wrote the code for this? That's what I want to know. Like, why did anybody think this this is what we need? Like, of all the problems to solve, why not? You should see the result. It is an abomination. It is fucking terrifying. Wait, can I bring that up? Without sort of exposing Telegram to the world. Um, can I move this? Do you see that? Do you see this, my man? Is this worth it? Is this worth humanity's suffering? Cute? Fuck you. This is not cute. This is an eldritch abomination. This is what will come for us at the end of days. When humanity is to be wiped from the earth, this is what we will see. This. Just fucking rolling across the landscape, laughing at our sins. Why did you create me? It will ask. You shall now reap what you have sown. Oh, man. Oh, God. Is 15? Okay, cool. Fuck me. So let's initialize the usual way, day 09. Let's pass in the file name. So I will be smart about this. I will just keep val file name equals, or I can just call it like, yeah, I mean, yeah, or input, right? Yeah, so input equals day 09, right? So that makes it a little bit easier because later on, like, we get autocomplete, which is kind of nice. So I made some emoji mashups you might like. Sure, why not? Why not? Why not? Send me to an early grave. Do it. Do it. Oh, God. Assert equals 15. Solver dot get total risk levels. Risk level. Right. So we want to create that as a member function that returns an integer that is to do not yet implemented, and we will run this test in the background. Let me just move the test file first because I'm going to do test first. So let's just run this test so we can actually see and verify that it's not working. So yeah. Also, what is our input like? So our input is basically going to be in this format. Okay. It's going to be okay. I think this is fairly easy. We just want a two-dimensional grid, right? So I'm just going to call that grid. So val private val grid, which is going to be a list of integers. Okay, cool. So for now, init grid equals oh, I forgot to read file and process file name, and we need to pass in a transformation to it. So we get each line and we want to convert. So we get each line and we want to convert the lines as what? How do we want to convert the lines, right? So we want to take okay. So you want to take the line and just convert each character into an integer. Yeah, we want to convert each character into an integer and then store that, right? So line oh no, sorry, line dot map. Oh, so nice. We actually do get a character. Beautiful. Okay, so that's just 8.2 int is not there. What's your problem? Oh, replace with this dot code. No, that's not what I want. I just want it dot int. Wait, what is it? Digit to int. That's what we need. Right, returns the numeric value of the decimal digit that this character represents. Throws an exception if this character is not a valid decimal digit. Okay, fantastic. All right, cool. So that returns an integer, which is the digit to integer. Boy, I love Kotlin. Kotlin is so good. Why are more languages not like this? This is so nice. All right, so dot map. Most importantly, why is Java not like this? Like, this is so nice to have, dude. Okay, so we map this, and this at this point gives us a list of int, and that's it that we need to do. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's all we need to do, right? That's our grid. And all right, cool. Now at this point, we just have to get the total risk level, which is basically going to be the value of every low point, and then we kind of got to add them up. But we have to remember to add 1 to each low point before we add them up. So yeah. So I guess first we gotta find the low points, right? And the way we're gonna do that is done with the chapter and proposal, time to submit. Do you have to submit right now? I can give it a read through before you submit it if you want. But if you are on a deadline, then yeah, I would recommend submitting it right now. So this one's nice. It's like yeah, man, this is good, this is good. How did you even make this? What even are these things? What are these things? Like, how did you get the arms? That's so cool. Amazing, amazing. The drama thing? Oh, yeah, right. No. I don't mean the eyes. You're talking about the wait, fuck, where did I open that? You're talking about the drama emoji, right? Gee. Yeah, you're talking about this thing. Oh, so you just combine this? Oh, so you just combine this with a smiley or something like that? Oh, that, that sounds interesting. Why did the lines become flat? None of these examples, like, I suppose, is Google there in this list? No, it's not. Is Google's emoji does Google's emoji look different? That emoji didn't exist when I made it. With good reason. I don't know why Google's emoji set, yeah, doesn't seem to display, like, I mean, none of these websites show what Google's emoji set has it as. Maybe it's not there. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay, so it just takes these things, but it makes them horizontal for some reason, which is very interesting. Oh, I was playing around with Figma. Oh, so you have actually edited this. You've actually edited this by hand. Like, essentially not, you're not the, it's not the Gboard thing that you're talking about. I'm I'm not on a deadline, but I don't feel like waiting. I can edit it later too. It's a live GDoc link. I guess I'll submit. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Not a problem. No problem. I can take a look at it post stream. So so let's just leave the to-do in so that we don't get a compiler error, right? It's still going to be a runtime error if we run it. So yeah. Okay. So how do we want to do this, right? So firstly, we want to iterate. So for row in grid, right? So for each row, we kind of want to do for cell in row, right? So this gives us each cell. We want to verify that it is lower than its neighbors, right? And we kind of want to take var total risk equals 0, right? So now what we want to do is we want to pick cells which have so the cell's neighbors is basically what we want to pick, right? So, oh, I just realized I can't use row grid and set. I have to use R in grid dot indices for C in R dot in grid of R dot indices. There we go. Now I can do it. If R no, so if I think I'll just do it as val cell equals grid rc, right? So if cell, right? So we need cell, the value should be less than. Should it be strictly less, or should it be less than or equal to? Lower than any of its adjacent. So it has to be strictly less, right? So okay. The problem is, it's possible that, yeah, it's possible that R and C potentially could be lower than, like, could be at the boundaries, right? That we might not have, yeah, we might not be having like an entry at that point, right? So how do we do this? I just kind of feel like going ahead trying to access it, and if it fails to access, then just kind of don't use that value. mm, yeah, I guess that sounds like a better approach, right? Like, I don't know. We need to test like 4 cases, right? So we need to test like, r minus 1, c minus 1. uh yeah, no, sorry, not r minus 1, c minus 1, shit. R minus 1 c, r plus 1 c, c minus 1 r, and c plus 1 r, right? In their respective positions, like r will come first and c will come second, but we essentially need to test these 4 cases. And hmm can I do something like val get equals a function as a value? I think you can, maybe val x equals, I don't know for sure. That's a good question, actually. um no, maybe you can't. Wait, let's see. Maybe it's a different syntax altogether and I have to just Google it. Kotlin assign method to variable, declare a function as a variable in Kotlin, latent it var listener. Okay. Or make the listener nullable, but you must call it with save call listener. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you do have to always declare the type, do you? Yeah, not as easy. You have to declare the type always, I think, or declare it with an empty lambda to avoid null pointer exception. Yeah, but you can make it like an empty lambda. Yeah, you can do this. Um, wait, can I? Wait, maybe if I do that val x given unit to unit equal. Oh, you can declare it like this, right? So is equal to that. Yeah, it works. Or println hello. You can do this, right? I can just call x. You just have to declare the data type for it first. Wait, what's your problem? No value passed for parameter. Oh, sorry, this shouldn't be unit. I think it should just be that. Yeah, sorry. There we go. There we go. Right. Unit is for return values. You can't declare a parameter. You can't create a parameter of type unit. So, or if I gave int and here I passed 5, and I can use this as x to or a to println hello and hello $a, right? So you can do this. All doable. Yeah, you just have to declare the type. You must declare the type of any function. You can't leave it to be automatically derived as such. Which makes sense, because if you were passing in a parameter, you cannot declare the type of the parameter here. Like, I cannot write a int. I can't do that. Or I can. Oh, I can. Can I? Maybe explicit types. Oh, wait. Then why didn't it work when I just did this? Oh. Oh. Oh, so it's more like this is not the syntax. This is not the syntax. To declare the thing, you have to give a to hello a, right? And you do have to pass in a type of this. So, like right now, I'll just put any, so it's accepting literally anything. So yeah, and now I can pass x5. I can do this. Yeah, I don't have to declare the type. Beautiful. That's how I declare the functions, like variable, like yeah, a function in a variable. But I can create a private function this way. Super easy. Super easy. Yeah, I just got the syntax wrong. So it's not this syntax exactly. What you want is, this is the type declaration syntax sort of. I usually make like a get function which does bound checks or fetches arrays or whatever. Oh, okay. Yeah, that could help. That could help. That could help. That could help. So, oh yeah, so that's pretty smart actually. So I was thinking maybe I could extract that to a private method, but yeah. So val grid check equals given cell which is an int, right? Oh no, not the cell. Sorry, I have to give it two things, the R and the C, right? So I have to give it um, R int. I'm so sorry. C int then oh, what the hell am I writing? C int if R less than 0 or R greater than grid dot size or C less than 0 or C greater than grid of R dot size, right? Oh, so greater than or equal to, sorry. Actually, wait, there is an easier way to check that, right? There's a much easier way to check that. If R not in grid dot indices, no, it's not in, not a thing. Oh, sorry, it's not in grid dot indices, or C not in grid dot indices, grid R dot indices, because now through short circuiting, it'll make sure that R is always evaluated first. So if this fails, and sorry, wait, do I have to do an and here? No. It's an or function. Yeah. So now through short circuiting, if R fails, then this will never fail. This will never fail. So damn, that's nice. Yeah, it's pretty good. So I can just do this, and I don't want to throw an exception. I kind of want to return null, right? So null, else, I want to return grid of R comma C, right? I want to do that. So in this case, grid check, what's the data type of grid check? Int to int question mark. Beautiful, right? So I can just pass in as grid check R comma C, right? Okay, so this way. All right, yeah, no, sorry. Cell is still grid R comma C, but now I kind of have to do if cell less than. So what happens if I try to compare against a nullable, right? Is that something that will automatically skip the check? Grid check R minus 1 comma C. So we need to make this an int, right? Question mark. So can I non-null asserted call compare to create an extent? Wait, what? Int dot compare to. Oh, okay. So I can just do an extension function int dot compare to, place it on integer, target class or interface on integer. There we go. Private operator given other int question mark returns an int. Okay. So compare to is supposed to be what's compared to is thing. What's compared to is thing, man? The normal thing. I forgot. Like, are we supposed to return -1 if it's less? If this is less than, yeah, -1. We're supposed to return -1, right? So if other equals null, then return -1, right? Now in this case, yeah, then otherwise what we'll do is like return this um, dot compare to other. Okay, so basically the less than check is always true. The less than check is always true if it's -1. Oh, you're right, you're right, you're right. You're right, you're right, you're right. We could just return -1. You're right. You're right. So we don't need any of this. You're absolutely right. We can just return -1, right? Okay. Or no, 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 not my. Yeah, yeah. I think like because we start from 0. No, so we have to return. We have to return 10. Like essentially, we want to make sure it's only 0 to 9. All right. It's only 0 to 9. So technically, we have to return a larger number because, like for example, look at this. This one will try and compare against this. Will try and compare against this. It'll also try and compare this and this. But these two have to always be true. It has to be lesser than the values which are on the outside. So it's kind of like you're treating the outside as a wall, a tall wall. So it's always going to be lower. This value is always going to be lower than the values on the outside. So you have to return 10 because 9 is the biggest number that you can have. So you return 10 over there. Um, hmm. Usually make a get function. Did I miss something in the chat, by the way? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Binance now has an NFT marketplace, of course. Yeah, of course. Of course it does. I mean, look, they're just trying to make money and they want to cater to all the people who like this. They don't really have a philosophical stand. I think in their business, it's bad to have a philosophical stand on things like this. Like, why would you do that, right? I think it's just a bad idea to have that. So yeah, I can just return 10. So that way, that ensures that this is true, right? So if cell is less than grid check this, or no, and so it has to be lesser than everything. So um, I don't know if there's like a way by which we can just make this comparison overall. I suppose we can do. Nah, it's fine. And cell is less than grid check of r plus 1 comma c, and cell is less than grid check r comma c minus 1, and cell is less than grid check r comma c plus 1, right? Then in that case we have to total risk plus equal to the cell value, right? So plus equal to the cell plus 1 value, so cell plus 1, right? So that's the thing, and we return to total risk. Cool. So we do that, and if we run the test, this should pass because it's fairly straightforward. It should pass pretty quick. Let's go and solve part 1. Right, so solver equals day 09 input dot broad assert equals println solver dot get total risk level. Let's just run that. I love tautologies, but enough is enough. Wait. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Pretty good. Do you have like a database of these things? Like, how do you get this? My answer is 480. I shall solve that. And we are correct. Of course we are. That one was kind of unsurprising, to be honest. Like, fairly straightforward, simple stuff. This one, super useful, by the way. I will use this kind of tool way more often. I've actually learned something today, which is interesting, right? Because you don't get that opportunity a lot, to be honest. Like, yeah, I've learned something today. Really cool. Or really cool, actually. So we kind of have this lambda which has been created at this point. I legitimately never thought of doing this. Like, I would have made this a separate function usually, but considering that this seems to be used only over here, of course, if it is used somewhere else, I will try and extract this. And I think I can extract this pretty easily. Can I not? Convert to anonymous function. No, anonymous functions are different. That look like that, which is wow. Wait, what? Whoa, okay. I didn't even know you could write them this way. That's cool. But I like the way the lambda looks, so that is better. Yeah, I don't know if I can extract it easily. I think probably the right-click refactor menu will have something. Refactor function, yeah, potentially, or like I'll have to extract. No. I think function. Yeah. So I can just extract it using this if I need to. But yeah, if it's used in part two, then in that case, I'm just going to do that. And we'll extract it to a private method separately. Otherwise, it's fairly straightforward, right? Cool. Now, what's the thing? We need to find the largest basins so you know what areas are most important to avoid. A basin is all locations that eventually flow downward to a single low point. All locations that eventually flow downward to a single low point. All right, cool. Every low point has a basin, although some basins are very small. Locations of height 9 do not count as being in any basin, and all other locations will always be part of exactly one basin. So height 9, okay, and all other locations will be part of exactly one basin. Gotcha. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. The size of a basin is the number of locations within the basin, including the low point. The example above has 4 basins. The size of a basin is the number of locations within the basin, including the low point. Okay, gotcha. Okay. The top left basin size 3. So it's just gated off by nines. Like if you assume the 9 is a wall, you kind of have to find how many regions are there gated off by nines, right? So in this case, this is gated off by a 9 because there's a 9 here and a 9 here and a 9 here. There's another basin here because there's a 9 here, a 9 here, and a 9 here, going up again, a 9 here, a 9 here, and a 9 here, right? Again, you don't look diagonally, you are only looking vertical. You're assuming all the cells are like squares, and so they can only flow out left, right, up, down, right? 4 directions. So if you look at that, that's a basin that is formed, right? The middle basin, okay. So there are nines all the way around, okay. And the bottom right basin, gotcha. And there are only 4 basins in total because the nines kind of form a path all the way around. Okay, cool. Find the three largest basins, and multiply their sizes together. In the above example, this is 9 times 14 times 9 equals 1134. Oh yeah, open the input in a new tab, Control F9. That is a very, very good point. Let's do that. The input is already open. Um, Highlight all is on, but it's not highlighting anything. Actually, wait, can I? Um, is it because like there are too many strings? Actually, never mind. Let's try finding it here itself because I think like potentially. So Rahul Dravid is 9 the wall. Yeah, man. Like cricket jokes. You guys are gonna shoehorn me to being catering only to Indian streams. Oh, I see. Oh, this looks beautiful actually. This looks quite nice. This honestly looks really nice. Okay. So we need to find these sort of contiguous regions, which have which are separated by nines, right? Yeah, this is quite nice. Looks so good, right? Looks like a nice little pattern. Make this an NFT. You know what? If the inputs are random for everybody, then in that case, I could make this like an original NFT. Like only I own this. Like, oh my god. Fucking hell. Okay. Let's see. So we need to find and if you look at the test input, of course. Wait, that's not the test input. This is the test input. If we find the test input, and we look at the letter 9, yeah, it kind of splits into. We can see the regions pretty clearly now, right? So that's that one, this one, and this one. Cool. Yeah, that makes sense. It's not random for everyone. I believe it's from a bucket of tested inputs. I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess that might make a little more sense. If there happens to be an error, I can ask Eric tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. I think he's pretty active on Twitter. Eric, I have no idea how to pronounce. Ask him how his last name is pronounced. I really want to know that. I have no idea. His last name is this. That's his last name. It's like Wastrel, what is it? What is his last name? How do you pronounce that? Wassel? Really? Okay. Wassel. Okay, Eric Wassel. Yeah, that's his last name, Eric Wassel. He's the guy who makes the AOC questions. So it's like if you go to the about page, you will see that there it is. He's the dude who makes it. Um, it's this guy, Eric Wassel. Wassel. Okay, interesting. Why is this weirdly black? I think that's probably because of Dark Reader. Yeah, it's because of Dark Reader. It's because of Dark Reader. He's active in Anthony's chat every morning. Really? Oh, I didn't know that Ant and him were close. Interesting. Interesting. If you go to the leaderboard, is Ant on the leaderboard actually? Anthony, no, he's not. Okay. Yeah, there are lots of people for that. Are there any famous people on the leaderboard? Oh yeah, I remember the Joffrey Hot, GeoHot was on the leaderboard. Oh, he's no longer on the leaderboard. He was there. I saw GeoHot on the leaderboard earlier. Joffrey Hodds, right? Yeah, George Hodds. Sorry, not Joffrey Hodds. George Hodds. Yeah, but yeah, sorry, not his name is George, not Joffrey. I don't know why I got that in my head, but yeah. GeoHot was there on the leaderboard. I don't see him though right now. I guess like he's been overtaken. He's been overtaken by others. So he's on? Really? Phrase not found. Am I misspelling his name? Am I making a mistake? Oh yeah, he's there. It's just not. He's there. He's there. This dude. He's there. Yeah, he's probably the only person I actually know in this list. Um, yeah. No. He's there. It's just my search is not fucking working. Oh, it's because Whole Words is on. It's because Whole Words is on. I don't know why Whole Words was on, bruh. Even last time, like there was like weird. Yeah. I had like weird problems with my Firefox search even last time. Like for some reason the highlight all option was not on. Oh, maybe is that why we weren't able to find? Oh, there we go. Beautiful. There we go. Here's your NFT, bro. He swears by AOC he used to be top 5. Holy. Why does he like AOC though? I mean, it just seems like he's already beyond this. You know? That's what it seems like. 28 commits. He created 28 commits in a single day. Is this a single day stuff? Yeah. Yesterday. Holy fuck. Okay. Maybe each one is like super small. Which is also good, by the way. But yeah. Oh god, his comment messages are horrible. His comment messages are so bad. But I guess he doesn't really have to care, I suppose. Large hash oracle works. Is this in response to another comment which says large hash oracle doesn't work? I don't know. His comment messages are so bad. But yeah, I guess honestly I suppose it doesn't matter for him, but yeah. What language is this? Dot Sol? It looks weirdly C inspired, but I know it's not. What the hell is this language? Solidity. Is that a language? Some crypto shit, really. Shouldn't GitHub be telling you which language this is? Canon, I suppose. Solidity, you're right. What the hell is that? What? Okay, yeah, no, that world is weirder than I expect half the time. It's like legitimately what is going on. Okay. Small array Microsoft doesn't work. What is small array Microsoft? Am I missing something? Solidity, some crypto shit. If it says contract, it is Solidity. Solidity has two famous frameworks on top of it, Web3.js and Ether.js. And there is a Chrome extension called MetaMask. It uses smart contracts for authentication as well as sending crypto. The authentication is kind of interesting, to be honest. Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Like, I don't really know anything about the world of Ethereum and smart contracts and any of that stuff. I remember I had read a little bit about it when it launched. I don't really know anything about it beyond that. Never really bothered to look into it. But yeah. Okay, we need to find the three largest basins, right? Okay. So how's our basis detection? How do we do this, right? We need to find essentially. Okay. So either we encounter the walls, which is one thing, right? For which we'll have to write a similar function as grid check. Um, Although this time potentially we will not count those as a 10. Actually, we might use the same function. We might use the same function as grid check. We might just want to extract this because, like, yeah, we can do like 9 or above, right? Greater than or equal to 9. Is the lead code island size type problem? Lead code island size type problem. Okay, flood fill gobber. I have no idea what either of those mean. Like, I know what lead code is. I'm assuming this is a problem of a specific type that you do find pretty often. I have no idea what flood fill is. Yeah, this is going to be easy now that I've done lead code for a while. Yeah, that's true. But then again, the last time you said that, you made very fundamental mistakes in the program you were writing. So I don't know, man. I don't really know. The problem I find with lead code is basically that half the time you try, like, your brain automatically tries to gravitate towards these really crazy solutions for stuff. Flood fill is where you recurse over neighboring grids based on a check. Yeah, except I don't exactly want to recurse because, again, I'm not sure about recursion depth in this case. I think it might be fine for these inputs because it's only 100 cross 100, and I guess, like, the largest basin shouldn't really go from over 100, like, over 100 recursive depths. But I'm thinking, like, if I can solve this iteratively, maybe, is what I'm thinking. Is there a way? I can already see the recursive solution. But I'm trying to think of if it's possible to solve this iteratively without requiring one. I don't know. Queues. Oh yeah, like, instead of the recursion, you kind of generate a queue and then, yeah. So not a queue. It'll be more of a stack. It won't be a queue. It'll be sort of like a stack because that's kind of what your function call stack is, a stack, right? So the only problem is the function call stack is kind of severely limited by the recursion depth, while your own in-memory stack can go pretty much until you run out of RAM or whatever, right? So that shouldn't be a problem. You can queue it BFS. Can you do this using BFS though? Breadth first search. What do you search? What's the search condition? Oh yeah. So you're actually not trying to find a specific node. It's more like you hit continue, or you sort of assume the end of the node, of the graph node, at the point where you encounter nines, right? So if you encounter 9, you turn away from that direction of the graph in a certain sense. But how do you mark visited? Like, it just sounds like we'd be over engineering a solution, right? Or is that the only way to do it? BFS is actually better for this if you're going the graph way. Why is it better? I suppose it wouldn't make a difference either way, right? Because you still need a little bit of a difference in visited matrix. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Like, I would probably use a visited matrix as well, but yeah, I suppose a visited matrix would help in this case. Like, I was gravitating towards, like, a visited matrix solution as well. And recursion, it doesn't go haywire if you code it right. True. Actually, kind of depends, right? Like, your recursion, so you would be limited more or less by if the maximum recursion depth exceeds the sort of the edges of the basin, as it were. Let's say, for example, you start from this and you have to go all the way till here. So in this case, it's just a recursion depth of 2. But if that depth is like super super long, then in that case, like, because you might start from pretty much any node, right? Any unvisited node, like the first one that you visit. So let's say, for example, I've found this basin, whatever basins are covered here, and whatever basins are covered here, and the next node that I read is this. So that's like it's one of the edge nodes of this basin, right? So this basin might extend forever. It might extend super super long. So that way, like, the recursive depth could go really big unless you use like a stack, an external stack, instead of recursion, right? So that, like, generally speaking, like, if you're trying to recurse a lot, like, better to use a stack which you maintain on your own rather than, on the heap, rather than using like the in-memory like function stack. So it could make it easier to code if you're using it like direct recursion, but it will make things a little bit harder for you memory wise. So memory limits wise, more like. So yeah, I don't know. So given, yeah, I know that. I'm just more or less trying to solve it properly, like, in a certain sense. I don't know. Let me see. I might still go for a stack because, like, I like the way that code looks compared to recursion. So even in Python, where the recursion depth is manually capped at 1,000, I don't know what the recursion depth in Kotlin is actually. Kotlin recursion depth, is there one that is controlled by? Mm, Tailrec asks it to use tail recursion, which is fine, right? But again, you can't always do this. You can't always add tailrec. There are limitations to it. In our case, we almost definitely cannot call tailrec because we have to recurse on each direction. We have to recurse on the left, on the left, up, and right. We have to kind of recurse in all directions. So tailrec, I don't think, will help in those cases. Yeah, but uh, yeah, the problem is these guys have tried to answer. Ooh, what is this? Ooh, dude, this is okay. So it's about, yeah. As a rule of thumb, it should be 1,000 calls. So I think even in Kotlin, it's about 1,000. So I think it's fine. But ooh, look at this. It's an experimental API right now, but it's super cool that this is something that's inbuilt. So you can actually just call that function. You can define and call that function, and you kind of get deep recursion because it uses a stack on the heap rather than call stack on the actual call stack. Yeah, beautiful. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, so given test input, largest, fuck, what am I doing? Control Shift F. There it is. What's it called? Largest basin product. Largest basin product is 1134. You can do sys.max recursion depth equals, yeah, I think in Kotlin it'll be like a JVM flag. It'll potentially be a JVM flag, so, or some other sort of compiler option. So solver equals day09 input.test, println, no, sorry, assert equals 1134 L, because I'm gonna keep that as a long. So solver dot what's that called, get basin product, right? So create this member function, get basin product. It's long. All right, cool. So it's not yet implemented. Let's just quickly go there and give that a run. All right, so how do we want to actually solve this question, right? So yeah, I think we can potentially use a recursion, right? So we can get basin size, right, as such. So cool. So for every cell, we kind of have to do that, right? We get basin size part. So for R in grid.indices, for C in uh, grid dot no grid R dot indices, right? Um, Basin size equals Mm, so how should the recursion be structured? That's kind of the question, right? Okay, so we kind of need to do something about the basin size as well, right? So how should the recursion be structured? Wait, so what are you saying? Python, you can do sys.max recursion depth. Okay, think about it. This means Python stack depth is dynamic at runtime. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I guess in a compiled language, however, they won't really keep it for performance reasons. They won't really keep the stack depth as dynamic at runtime because, like, again, the stack. So sort of like again, you know the fundamentals of how, like, most of the compiled programs work, right, in computers. Like you have a stack space, and then you have a heap space, and then the stack space is pre-allocated because it has to be a specific amount of memory at the start of the program definitions as such. So it's like there's like a space in the memory for the code, and then like you have like some of the essential, like the instruction pointer and a bunch of other things, and then you have the stack space, and then you have the heap space, which can keep extending, right? So the heap space can keep extending because it's the last part. If you set it too high for your platform, it seg faults. Right. So yeah, that's the thing with like compiled languages, because like they it's going to be on the stack space, so it has to pre-allocate that much stack space before the program starts running. So it has to be a compiler flag. It has to be passed to the JVM runtime before the program actually starts running. So that way, when it actually creates the sort of the binary of what actually runs on the system, so at that point, it's actually able to do that, right? So I think that is one of the differences, and I'm almost completely certain it'll be like one of the flags that you pass while compiling. Maybe not while compiling, maybe it's at runtime to the JVM, but the point is it's not editable at runtime within the program, right? I don't think that's going to be the case. So I might be wrong about most of that stuff, but that's the way I see it working, because again, like, it is at the end of the day still compiled into intermediate code, and then there are lots of optimizations for performance done. So yeah, I think the stack depth will definitely be one of those parameters. I don't think it's something that is configurable. You can look this up though. I'm personally, I don't know. I never had the occasion to change it. Never really required to do that. So it's not something I've looked up. But yeah. Okay. So how do we want to solve this question, right? We want to recurse, but given a node, so if the node happens to be a 9, then in that case we just don't recurse at all, right? And the basin size is 0 in that case. So we do want a visited map, however, right? So that's definitely, we want to keep something that we want to keep track of when we're recursing, and we want to make sure we don't do that for a cell that has been visited before, right? So I think potentially that is something that we have to keep and uh, change, right? Yeah. So it's more like I have to take grade and I have to create. Mm, yeah, so I have to create like two sort of mutable lists. So it's going to be a mutable list of int, where it's just created as false initially for everything. They have to be mutable because we need to be able to set that, right? So mutable list of a mutable list of bool. No, the first one doesn't need to be a mutable list. It can be a list of a mutable list of bool, right? The inner one has to be mutable. So val visited equals list. Um, so list of or list of no list of mutable list of boolean, where, okay, change the function invocation, no, so I kind of want to do that, right? So list of a mutable list of boolean, um so where I am going to write this as grade dot map. So we map every row as such, right, to a mutable list of mm, no, so the row has to map a row has to map to a mutable list, which is the same sort of length of the thing, right? So var arg elements t, that's the only way. We can only pass in a variable argument list of elements. Or row maps to row dot map false, right? And dot to mutable list. So if you see the data type of this is a list of mutable of boolean. Beautiful. And I can control X that, and I can put that here instead of the data type. So what's your problem now? Now you fail. Oh yeah, sorry, this has to be an equal to, right? So yeah. I brought some Maldivian lari as currency because I remember hearing that their currency value is higher than rupees. And with that logic, I was getting some high value coins for $5, which was a good deal. But now I got to know that Maldives has two different currencies. Dude, did you really think you found like a fucking hole in the FX market? Okay, so here's the first thing. Rupia, which is four rupees, and lari, which is worthless. Dude, see, here's the thing about the FX market, right? Here's the thing about the FX market. It doesn't matter whether a currency's value is higher than another currency's value. Like, it literally doesn't matter whether a currency's value is higher than another currency's value. All that matters is if the relative exchange rate is moving up or down. The relative exchange rate, and by that I mean if 1 rupee is equal to if 1 rupee is equal to let's say 100 of some other currency, right? Okay, or you can consider $1 is equal to 100 yen, right? That doesn't mean the dollar is stronger than the yen. If they maintain that relationship, they are exactly the same, pretty much. Like, you are not really making or losing money at all. But let's say, for example, tomorrow $1 nets you 105 yen. That means that the yen has weakened. The yen has weakened and the dollar is stronger, right? Because the same dollar is now giving you more yen. So the value of the yen has dropped while the value of the dollar is increased, right? So, but the absolute value of it doesn't tell you jack. It doesn't tell you any information at all, right? It tells you nothing about their relative economies, whatever. If I make a mini country, and this country is doing very poorly, but my entire currency printing is like $10 of whatever local currency I've invented, then in that case, the entire sort of valuation of the country, as it were, is divided among 10 units. So each one is going to be valued for a lot, right? Even though fundamentally my country sucks, right? So yeah, so even if you take like the tiniest country and you kind of take like the tiniest least relevant country on earth, and if they just don't print enough money, their currency will be worth a lot. But it's just they won't have enough liquidity, so they have to print a lot of money because you want to be able to, everyone needs to have some amount of money to be able to survive, right? So it's there's no point if like one unit of your currency is equal to the value of, let's say, an entire car, right? That's useless. How do you buy bread then? You don't have liquidity to buy bread, right? So you need the smallest units of your currency such that like people can buy even super small things. So you need that high liquidity, but you also don't want to overprint, because when you overprint, you drop the value of your own currency. So it's just the relative movement that matters. The absolute value doesn't matter at all, not even slightly. So yeah. um Either way, souvenir is souvenir. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Like, I mean, of course. But yeah, you spent $5 for how much of their currency though? $5 sounds like a lot of money, because $5 is how much in rupees? Um, what's the exchange rate right now? I have no idea. So yeah, that's like 378 rupees. That's more than I spent on lunch and dinner today together. I got like 200 lari or something, which is 50 rupees. Ooh, scammed in Maldives. Yep. That guy just made the FX deal of the century. So is it LAARI or no? It's just LARI. Oh, that's Georgia also uses the same. Um, Rufia. Okay, so is a lari like 1/100 of Rufia or something like that? So one. Okay, so it's one Rufia is 5 rupees. All right, almost 5 rupees. But as you can see, like, yeah, it's just the valuation of the rupiah has been going up. Like it's netting you more and more Indian rupees by the day. Like it was giving you 4.8 rupees on the 19th of November, and now it's giving you 4.9 rupees. So it's netting upwards over the past month, right? Over the past year, it's actually been netting up way more. The lowest point was like 4.63, and since then it's been climbing like crazy. I think this is mostly because of the whole situation where like a lot of people were going to the Maldives during the pandemic because other countries were accepting people coming in from the Maldives, so they were using the Maldives as like a quarantine spot. So 200 200 lari is nothing, 10 rupees or something. And you spent 370 rupees for that. Okay, scammed for sure. 1000%. Rupiah. Ha. Subdivided into 100 lari. Yeah. So it's like essentially one, like it's, oh my god. Okay. So 100 lari is 5 rupees. 200 lari is 10 rupees. Yeah. 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 Less than 10 rupees. Less than 10 rupees, bro. 0. Wait, sorry. 200 lari is, yeah, it'll be 2. Yeah. 9.79. It'll be 2 rupiah. 9.79 rupees. You spent 370 rupees for that. Cool. Expensive souvenirs, man. Why didn't you just take their local currency which you would have gotten for, like transactions anyway if you bought anything, and ask them to convert it into their, into lari. You could have just gotten it that way. Do you know that Omicron is a Greek symbol for small o? Yes, I know this. Did you not know this? You do realize that all the variants are Greek letters, right? Delta is also a Greek letter, FYI. You should know this. Please tell me you know this. Interestingly, what is a WinCompose code for Delta? Um, WinCompose Delta. Oh, it's star asterisk D. Okay, asterisk D. There it is. Delta and Omicron. What are the variants? Even the other ones, I think, are called alpha, beta, gamma. Right? Delta is the fourth one. Aren't the others called alpha, beta, gamma? Like COVID-19 gamma. I think, yeah, SARS-2 variants. I'm pretty sure it's called the gamma. Yeah, alpha, beta, gamma variant. Yeah. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. I mean, I guess that when delta came out itself, like I was pretty sure that the first three were called alpha, beta, and gamma. Yeah, it's just that we didn't need to document these variants as such because there were not enough variations to begin with, and then epsilon. I don't know. Yeah, maybe they chose to go with Omicron for some reason. I have no idea why. I don't know. I think this is like a medical thing. There's like a medical thing probably. But yeah, they didn't go with epsilon for some reason. Or maybe epsilon is being used already as a term to reference something else, like the error rate or some shit. So if they're already using the word epsilon for that, they might not want to use epsilon for number 5, right? So yeah. What is the Greek alphabet order? Actually, are you sure it's epsilon? Gamma, delta, epsilon. Yeah. Omicron is like, wait, Omicron doesn't even list. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, Omicron is here. It's like all the way down. I don't know why they skipped all the others in the middle. I don't know. Might be a medical thing. They might have a different ordering for it. Anyway, so what I want to do is I have to figure out how I want to. So if it's a 9 or above, I guess it should just instantly return 0, right? If it is any other number, it should return 1 plus because this is the current cell. Recurse on the left, recurse on the right, recurse bottom, that way, right? And the recursion itself, it's fine, yeah. And the recursion itself should just set whichever ones whichever cell we find, we should just set that as true. So 2 cases of omnitrix in Karnataka. Yeah, Karnataka has 2 cases of the new variant. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, that's Yeah, I don't know. Look, they're calling us back to office at this time. Honestly, if it starts spreading again and they send us back home again, I'm gonna be mad because I'm gonna be like, look, man, like like you should just leave us at home. Honestly, like I don't know why they're insisting us to come back to office. It sucks, but it is what it is. Um, Still, like I just feel like they're just being stupid about this entire thing. So refactor. Oh yeah, I can just control alt this, right? So let's call this grid check, right? So grid check equals grid check equals RC. Can I explicit lambda parameter may break code? No, 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 no. That's not what I want to do. Convert to block body. That's not what I want to do either. Convert to anonymous function. I don't want it to be an anonymous function. That's the whole point. What I'm trying to say. Can I not just do this? Um, can I and I can just take this line out. Yeah, there we go. That works. Right. So grid check works. Um, can I convert to expression body? There we go. Grid check works. Um, cool. So leave Madi. Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, again, the recent developments. I have mentioned it to you. Um, I want to wait for some time. I definitely want to at least wait till I get my bonus because like this has been a hard year. So that's what I said. Like I will definitely stay till March, but yeah, at least till March. But yeah, definitely till March at the very least because like that's when our sort of bonuses process, right? So that's definitely something that I want to see through at the very least. But yeah, I have some ideas for improving some stuff in my team, which now should be possible given yeah, I'm doing Bakchodi. Yeah, I just think like, look, I think you make a valid point, right? Like, I should definitely be looking at um valid, like, more like better opportunities and whatnot, right? It's definitely true, but I think like I should wait for my official title to change as well as the bonuses and hikes, etc., to come in so that I'll actually have a stronger case when I am interviewing, right? And I recognize that, especially if I'm trying to jump to your firm, that means that I'm trying to, essentially haggle more at your firm, right? But it is what it is again, right? So that's essentially what you should be doing as is. So yeah. Anyway, how do I want to solve this, right? So we'll call this as get basin size, and we need r comma c, right? We need r comma c as the inputs for this, and we will create that function private fun, and this returns an integer, right? And integer, and it's not yet implemented, and that's fine, right? So we take the basin size. Okay, we'll finish the outermost part first, right? So we get the basin size. Assume that given r comma c, we get the basin size, right? um the important thing is, oh, if it's already visited, we should not really jump in, right? So if visited of r comma c, then in that case continue, right? Otherwise we do this, and we want to keep track of the top three biggest basin sizes at any given point of time. How do we do that? I think I can just keep val top three basin sizes, basins, top three basins equals mutable list of, and so they have to be, yeah, so int, uh, oh yeah, I mean, I don't have to do that. I can just do 0 comma 0 comma 0, right? So that's fine. What's your problem? Yeah, okay. So we do this, and we kind of just wanna, so if basin size less greater than min of, or no, so top three basins dot min or null. uh yeah, I mean, or null will never be the case, right? We can just do that. Then in that case, top 3 basins dot remove the element which is top 3 basins min or null, right? So this one, let's copy that, and top 3 basins dot add basin size. Will that work? I feel like that'll work, right? Every time we just remove the smallest one, we replace it with, yeah, because it's just 3, I don't mind doing it inefficiently as such. Actually, at this point, I feel like I should use mutable set of. So, oh my god, what the hell, bro? I just wanted to change the word list to set here. Okay, so I think that should work. Remove true if the element has been successful. Removes a single instance of the specified element from this collection if it is present, right? And we have to specify the element. Okay, cool. This should work, right? So yeah. Okay, so we remove that and we add top 3 basins or add basin size. Will this work? I feel like this should work, right? Because we always remove one and add one. So yeah, if it's bigger, then we do that. Otherwise, we don't even bother with it. It has to be bigger than the smallest one, right? So at the end of this, we should be getting the top 3 basins, and we're gonna return top 3 basins dot product. Is there a product by dot reduce operation? I can just do a reduce, right? So reduce p comma e maps to p times e, right? Dot too long. What's your problem? Required long found int. Bro, why, bro? Oh, okay. P has to be a long. So p dot too long times e, maybe. Why? Why? Wait, what is the thing? So s comma t as, okay. Iterable of t reduce gives an s comma t. Uh, Excuse me. So this one accumulator of int comma int to int. Why? P. Oh, maybe we have to do this. Fuck me. Wait. Long comma int to int. Why? This too long is there, no? Oh. P dot too long doesn't exist. Sorry. P. This should work, right? Why, pa? See, reduce should take in an operation which has 2 parameters and it returns the type of the first parameter. If the first parameter is long, then what am I doing wrong, bro? Iterable t, right? So that has to match the second parameter. We should be able to pass in anything as the, maybe reduce is the problem, maybe it's fold, right? Where we need to pass in fold, where we need to pass in oh my god, cancel control p initial long, so that's 1l, right? And the operation is gonna be just accumulator. Okay, maybe this was a problem. P comma e, p times e. There we go. Beautiful. Now it worked. Okay, maybe it's because of the initial parameter. So reduce is always Kotlin collection reduce. I think it's isn't, if it starts with the first element, isn't reduce always limited by the data type of the array, or like whichever data type you're considering? Isn't it always, it can't reduce anything other than, because like It starts with the first element, so the accumulator on the second element is the first element, so it's stuck data type wise, right? It has to be the same data type. It can't be a different data type. Uh, Reduce function with different types. There we go. Type S can't wrap my head around. Yeah, with two data types exactly. It doesn't make sense. TTT, okay, where reduce can be used for different types. EXPR single sum array of wait EXPR value integer single extends EXPR, sum extends EXPR with two values, and single array dot reduce EXPR single. Oh, where? Oh, I see. Oh, so you have to ensure that this is a super type of this. This has to be a super type, otherwise it doesn't work. Because your single is an expression, but in our case, the int is a long, right? So I suppose we can do it that way. It's fine. It's fine. I don't care. It's possible to do it that way, I guess. But yeah, fold will add one more operation. I don't care. I think fold is generally better to use anyway. So yeah, let's just do that. All right, cool. So at this point, obviously, it'll go over here, and basin size will fail because not yet implemented, right? So maybe we should write functions for basin size, right? I'm thinking, yeah. So test function. Uh, given actually wait. So basin size has to have three things. It has to have this, and it has to have visited as well, because we have to mark that it's visited. So it needs to get the visited grid as well. Add parameter to function get basin size. That'll actually make it a little bit harder to test, to be honest, because otherwise we have to implement all that. It's fine. Like I don't think we need tests. We aren't that badly off. I think we should be fine, right? Okay, okay. Um, yeah, all right. So now, how do we do this? How do we solve this question, right? So we have access to grid from the outside, but we need to visit. Okay, so the first thing, this is going to be recursive, right? So the first thing is going to be if um, grid check of r comma c, okay, is greater than or equal to 9. All right, if it's greater than or equal to 9, this means that we are at a wall as such, or we're outside the grid, which is fine. So in that case, we just return 0. Okay, so this is an edge case, right? And yeah, this is like the only sort of terminating edge case, right? Apart from that, everything else is really just return 1 plus grid check. um, so we need to do, yeah, we need to do a grid check in all directions, right? So r plus 1, r minus 1 comma c, plus grid check of r plus 1 comma c plus grid check of r r comma c minus 1 plus grid check of r comma c plus 1. There is a bit that I'm forgetting, right, which is that we have to mark visited of r comma c as, so at this point, like, considering this grid check is already going to handle the boundary cases, we know that we have a valid cell, right? So visited of rc is equal to true, right? So at this point we just say this, right? And if visited, if it's visited, oh yeah, so we have to first check, yeah, so this one, or visited of rc, okay, or visited of rc. So if you visited it, or if we have a wall, so this is a wall condition, right? This is a wall condition, right? So if it's a wall, or if we are visited, then in that case we return 0. Otherwise, mark it as true, and we just do a grid check in all directions, right? R minus 1 comma c, r plus 1 comma c, r comma c minus 1, r comma c plus 1. So that's all the neighbors, right? And we do 1 plus because we have to count the current cell as well, right? Yeah, I think that would solve the question as such. I suppose. Let's just rerun this case. No, it failed. Ooh. Oh, no, wait. So we could have fucked up anywhere, to be honest. We could have fucked up anywhere. I'm pretty sure we have fucked up in the basin size, potentially. We need a product of the largest three basins, right? So what are the top three basins at this point? Can I just go here? Line breakpoint, right? So, and can I just debug you? I'm pretty sure we have actually screwed up in terms of. So top three basin size is 1, only 37. Oh, I think that's what the implementation of the top three basins thing itself was wrong. Visited. Mine initially worked on the sample, failed on the input. Oh, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah, I think like no, my problem is definitely I've done some bullshit in this only. Um, so okay, so in this case, if the basin size is get basin size RC visited. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's just do this, right? And we'll we'll restart the debugger. Um, so visited is fine. R comma 0 C comma 0, which for our test input. Did I pass the test input? That is all correct, right? Yeah, okay. So all that is right. So R is 0, C is 0, right? Which is this thing. We should find this 2, 1, 3. So the basin size should be 3. Alright, so I'm just going to step down. And it jumped directly out. Wait, I just like step down, right? Wait, let's just. Oh, wait. What? Why did it go to the last one? It went to the last one, right? Wait. Stop that debugger. Run that again. So basin size is here. Right now it is at which line? Line 37. Yes. Step down. Oh, it's this stepped inside. Oh, it's step into. How do you? Oh, step over is this? Oh, I thought this was step into. Oh my fucking god. Okay, no. This is step into. This is step over. Acha. Okay, they've changed the symbols. I'm sorry. At work, I still use IntelliJ 2017. All right. So since I don't normally use the debugger while I'm doing these questions because I don't really need it, I've lost track of what these symbols mean because like these symbols look very different in 2017. In 2017, the step into thing is an angled arrow and the step over thing is just direct downward arrow because you go to the next line kind of thing, right? This also makes sense, I think, but I don't think this makes sense for step into. I think that inward arrow makes more like the diagonal arrow going towards the right makes more sense. I think like in the camera it's a little bit it's a bit mirrored, so I think it'll look in the opposite direction, but towards the right basically, right? That would make more sense. But okay, let me just rerun the debugger again. Let's do a step over. Is the basin size 3? No, it's 25. Oh, so the basin size is wrong. How did I fuck that up? Okay. So what are we doing here, right? So at this point, it should be 1. My assumption is that it would be 1 plus, um, so because it visited this cell, grid check of r minus 1 comma c, which should return 0. Grid check of. Oh, never mind. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. Not grid check. Not grid check. Fuck my life. Okay. Oh my god. Why am I calling grid check? I'm supposed to call get basin size. I'm supposed to call get basin size. Oh my fucking. Did you guys see this? Did you guys see this earlier? Oh my god. I've been zoned. I've been so zoned in. Holy shit. Okay. 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 Can I select multiple implementations? Select, not select all. Yeah. Add selection, add selection, add selection. Can I control H? No, I kind of want to just replace those. Oh, yeah, there we go. That should be get basin size. Okay, so I have to pass visited into everything, don't I? I wish there was a way to like make that a little bit simpler. 1 plus, can we do this way? Unreachable code. Oh, unfortunate. So we have to put the plus here, or can we put a thing around this and potentially move it this way, right? So 1 plus, bruh, okay, get base in size. Yeah, I just want to put I want to make these vertical so it's A, easier to read, and B, easier to edit as well. And we can kind of move all that this way. And R comma, why is this one alone misaligned, bruh? Okay, wait, why is the last one misaligned? Okay, so this comma visited. Okay, there we go. So this one, oh yeah, that's because it was still grid check for some reason. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so fuck the debugger. Let's just run this. It still failed. Okay, so that was still wrong. Good to know. Let's again run the debugger till this point. I'm definitely doing something absolutely very dumb. I just don't know what it is that I'm doing dumb. So yeah. So like let's step over. At this point, the basin size is 3. Okay, that is correct then. That is correct. Now it's about the top 3 basins, right? So let me just run the debugger all the way to the end, right? And see if we have 3 basins at the end of it. So resume program. I think I'll take out this debugger and let's just put it all the way till here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. It just has 1 in it. So that means I've definitely done something very stupid about this, right? So, okay. Now let's put a debugger here and run it with this one. So let's restart the debugger, move it in here. So if basin size, that's true. So let's step into, right? So we remove the minimum one. So top 3 basins is now going to be, wait, size is 1? Oh, because it's a set. Oh, because it's a set. I should have left it as a list. Oh, I can't have duplicates in a set. I should have left it as a list. I tried being clever. And I fucked myself. Okay. All right. You win, code. You win. Cool. Okay. I knew there was something else wrong with that. There we go. Fuck me. I knew there was something else wrong with that. And yeah, luckily these were all small problems. We didn't have like any big issues. They were all like more or less typos, really. No logical issues. Solver equals day 09. Now comes the real test, which kind of, I think it should be correct though. Println in, sorry, solver dot get basin product, right? So I think this should be right. I don't think we should have a problem. It should be this number, and if we paste that in here, poggers, let's go. Okay. Lucky boy, not lucky. I'm smart boy. Don't call me lucky. I'm smart. Look, we just, yeah, I mean, it was a fairly straightforward implementation. Again, if this were for like an actual production thing, I probably wouldn't have gone with the default recursion stack. I would have tried keeping, like, I would have potentially kept my own. But it makes it much simpler for us to be able to write this, especially with grid check, which I think was a amazing piece of input. The fact that we could do that, I mean, eventually we had to extract it out to a separate function, but that's what gave me the idea in the first place to actually go ahead and do this, right? So I think like this kind of makes it way better, right? In the sense that we can actually keep, yeah, so 10 is sort of the sentinel value because we know all the values are only up to 9. So 10 is our sentinel value for the outside world, as it were, right? Let's just run all the tests, make sure everything's passing still. Cool. So I think that was a fantastic idea, and it's definitely like the reason why this was like a lot quicker than it should have been. So yeah, for sure. I think yeah, this was what was your mistake actually? Like I'm interesting. I'm interested in know. Okay, funny bit is it was a bug in my top 3 implementation. Nice. So I also had a bug in my top 3 implementation. The only difference is like Yeah, I used a list this time because sets cannot. I completely forgot that sets cannot have duplicate values, which is the entire purpose of a set. Um, yeah, what I actually wanted to keep is sort of a bag, which can have duplicate values, but doesn't have any predefined order as such, right? The ideal data structure in this case is obviously a heap, but I don't know if actually that's a good question. Kotlin heap. Do we have stack queue heap tree supported through standard library? Do we have heaps? Mm, 5.4 interface map. Mm-hmm. Mm, tree map uses. Mm-hmm. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna control F heap because this guy is just rambling on and on. Priority queue, right? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, of course. Java does have priority queue. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously. I'm just saying, like, in this case, they just want three. But let's say they wanted the top, top 5,000 basins, and the input was super large, and they wanted the top 5,000 basins or something like that. In that case, like keeping this sort of thing would loop through every single element every single time and would have like O of n for removals and O of n for insertions. So in general, not the kind of thing that you wanted to keep. You would want to keep a heap, a min heap, sorry, a max heap, where you can specify the size, and your max heap will automatically kick out the smallest element. But in this case, of course, like it's just a list, so this just works because like Kotlin really doesn't give a fuck, right? So this works. Yeah. So my original thing of keeping a list was correct. I made it a set because what I really wanted was some sort of unordered thing. Like I felt like a list maybe isn't the right data structure, but I was wrong. It's just because sets have a very specific property of like having no duplicates, which I completely forgot about, and that's the reason why set of 0 comma 0 comma 0 was just set of 0, and then it was just looking for one basin, right? So now we have three, and yeah, since we always remove one and add one, it maintains the size, and by the property, like it kind of makes it much simpler. So yeah, yeah, shout out to Time Lord for the suggestion on using like just a visitor checker with this. Not the first implementation I would have gone for, but I think like I definitely think this is a lot cleaner than anything that I would have gone for. I think like what I would have gone for is pretty gonna be pretty similar, but also at the same time, like yeah, I would have implemented my own stack and all that. I suppose it's a lot cleaner to just use recursion. So yeah, that is definitely cleaner. Hmm. If I wanted to do this with a stack, it's still possible. It's still not really super difficult. I would just have to put like stack insertions and then pop the top of the stack and then keep going. Yeah, it's just a little bit annoying, but yeah, I think that this makes shit a lot simpler, lot simpler. So yeah, cool. Um. Anyway, that's that's honestly it. From my stream. Let me see if like anyone else is streaming because it is already pretty late. It is 1 a.m. Let me see if I can just jump to someone who is coding. White Panther is coding. What are they working on?
For the subscription check, maybe.
Okay, no. This is. Oh, the stream just started. Literally just started. Oh, that's why there are so few viewers. I was wondering why White Panther had like relatively fewer viewers than usual. Um.
Gifts.
Oh, someone else is solving Advent of Code. What is what language is he using though? I have no idea who this is. I've never seen them before. Ooh, developer and educator for over 20 years. Oh my god. Okay, this sounds interesting. Django, Angular. Okay, I think Time Lord will literally report me on Twitch if I raid someone who is using Angular though. They are using Django as well, which I'm not sure is a positive or not. In Time Lord's eyes, I think it's probably a positive considering it's Python, but they are using Angular. I mean, I don't think they're gonna do the advent of code in Angular though. But considering it's been 4 hours already, I'm not sure what they're doing now. What's he doing? S3 upload service, TypeScript. Hmm. Hmm. Sounds interesting. Mobile construction field app. Sounds interesting. I think it'll be interesting to have the perspective of like developers who are older. Yeah, this guy actually sounds interesting. Let's just jump. Do not dare offend our lord. By the way, Time Lord, I bumped the stream resolution. I don't know if you noticed. How is the video coming along? I wanted to ask you because you're the one who usually suffers due to that. So I bumped the stream resolution a little bit because I noticed that text was horrible. Um, it was like actually bad. Like honestly, video is good. Okay. Yeah, then cool. I think I'll stick with this. I don't really need to do 1080p at least up until a reach affiliate if that ever happens. But yeah, I think like definitely yeah, it's just super hard to reach affiliate, man. Even after the banger stream yesterday, where I was actually maintaining a consistent viewership for quite a while. It was like if you look at channel analytics, it's like the average viewers is still 1.9. It's not above 3 yet, right? Even though like yesterday's stream we actually had 3.6 average. But it's just like the problem is they look at it over 30 days and you have to maintain that average throughout those 30 days, right? That's the main problem. Like it's across a 30-day time span that you need to have like above 3, which means that I think it's only possible if you get like if there's like a big skew at any specific point of time. Like it's easiest that way, I suppose. Like if there's like a massive skew and you suddenly get like I don't know 50 people watching a stream due to some massive raid or something like that, but they have to stick around. That's the hard part. That's the hard part. Like having them stick around is the hard part. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I think I will just jump. We can just raid Singularity, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Thank you for watching. Um, let's just jump right into it. Cool. Catch you guys tomorrow. It is super late for me. I will go to sleep. Bye bye, Godwo. Let's jump.
Mindstorm 619